Celestine, welcome.
Thank you, Tracy. Hello and welcome to the Global Matrix Theater. I'm called Nchang Celestine from Cameroon, and today we will be reading an African folk tale called The Dog and the Greedy Tortoise. So I got inspired when Tracy asked us to write a script. So I remember when my mom used to gather us around the fireside, or my grandmother to tell us a story, which is very typical for our tradition and custom, since it's a way to pass on the tradition from one person to another, whether you are born or you are still living. That's a very typical way in the African tradition to pass on these stories. So I tried to look for a similar story where people gathered, and I saw this one with the animals, and I decided to share it. So Tracy, I don't know if you can share the screen and let's see some. So this is the picture. Can we just go through and see what is there, and anybody can just tell us what he or she feels, what is going on in this picture.
This is an interesting picture for me, and I would think for Jeffrey, because we were just talking about the different animals that he enjoyed seeing in Kenya. Jeffrey, are you there? If he wants to unmute. Jeff?
Can I say something?
You need to, yes, of course. Jeffrey.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh.
Very much here.
Jeffrey?
Yes.
Which one of the animals that you see there had you talked about as being your favorite?
I can see lion.
Yeah. Why did you pick the lion?
Yeah, I picked the lion because it's the king of the jungle, and I like the roaring of a lion.
The roaring of the lion. Good.
Can I say something?
Yes. And Celeste, you have to call on them, okay? Go ahead and call on whoever.
Okay, after Mahitapu, I will say something of that picture. Can I?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Mahitapu, you go first.
So what I see is some cut trees where animals are sitting. So I think these are the animals that mostly stays in the trees, and the others not.
Okay, can I say something?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
It's like deforestation and cutting forests for the animals who are just standing were just standing like a fully field where is no kind of trees, and they can live and the animals are like homeless, and they are just like running around and finding their home, and they are just talking with our people that why we have done this with them, like that. They are just disappointed with that.
That's very interesting.
Great. Yeah. Any other person?
Can I? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir. I also feel like the animals are holding a meeting to fight against the sowers, those who have been sowing down these trees, and at the end they have no shelter to hide under. So they are super angry and holding a meeting to fight against those who be pulling down these trees because they don't have shelter again. And looking at the background is yellow, and we see that global warming will soon eat them up. And if human beings are not being careful, they will also fall prey to such climate change issues. And the lion's mouth is open, ready to.
Okay. Georgia, did you have something to add?
I think Grace said the most of it. Actually, when I first saw the photo, I realized I thought it was only about jungle animals, and then I saw, hey, I noticed a pig and a dog and a goat, which have nothing to do with the jungle. So maybe something is happening to all animals around the world.
Yes. Thank you very much. Any other person?
On a lighter note, I would just like to believe that these animals are probably playing a game together because none of them are looking very angry. So I think they're just probably playing a game, you know. So some are on the stump, some are like down. So they're just waiting on their turn for their turn to get onto the stumps. So we can always have a lighter view of things also. Better.
Okay.
May I?
Yeah.
I guess that domestic and wild animals decided to come together against the global issue, such as global warming. So I see some wild animals and some domestic animals, and I guess that they decided just to come together for one main issue.
Good. Interesting.
Well, I think this is really interesting. So
Yeah.
it's a combination of a statement of global warming and playing musical stumps. So it's like musical chairs. They're playing musical stumps, maybe.
Yes.
But it's interesting, you know, because I've seen it many times, and I hadn't really come up with the idea or seen the difference between the fact that there are wild animals and domestic animals all together. You know, this is what's so neat is when you start to get everybody else's perspectives, you see so many things that you missed when you see it yourself.
Okay. So now that we have seen the picture, Tracy, can we just go down to read the story and then we continue sharing? Okay. So we have 6 characters. And who is ready to take the part of the dog?
Well, I wanna be the narrator one.
Okay, I will be dog.
I
wanna be a mother.
Okay.
Sorry, I need to write down the names.
Nazifa is going to be narrator 1. Who said they
Yes,
wanted
ma'am.
to be dog?
Tamar has mentioned.
Come on. Okay. Who said mother?
It's me, Maureen.
I want to be a narrator too.
Please tell your names.
That's Fatima wants to be narrator 2.
Yes.
We have left the tortoise and the narrator 3.
Right.
I can be one of them. Hello, everybody.
Who's that?
Hello.
And we could need a tortoise. Oh, I
And
think
9?
there's Grace is going to be the tortoise. Good. Okay. So Celestine, I would just suggest that you just double check and make sure they each know who is going to be reading what role, and then start with the reading.
Yes, okay. The dog.
Tamar, that would be you. Yeah, you gotta unmute.
Sorry, yes, I'm the dog.
Mother.
It's me, Maureen.
Tortoise. Narrator 1.
Yes, it's Nazifa.
Narrator 2.
It's me, Fatima.
And narrator 3.
Calliope.
Who?
Calliope.
Calliope, okay.
Or Calliope or Kelly. Whatever you prefer.
So the title of the African folktale is The Dog and the Greedy Tortoise. So let's go.
Okay, ma'am, shall we start?
Yes,
good, Nazif.
narrator 1.
Thank you. Okay. Once there was a famine in the animal kingdom. Fish had lasted so long that any existing source of food had been completely depleted.
The animals knew they had to do something really quick about it, otherwise they're going to die one after the other with hunger.
They then called a compulsory general meeting to bring out a solution.
It was decided that their mothers would be sacrificed and eaten to ensure the continuation of the animal kingdom.
What? I love my mother so much and I can't offer her as a sacrifice. I need to figure out something.
Doug went home that day sadly.
Welcome back, my son. Why are you worried?
Mom, it was decided in the general meeting that we should kill all our mothers as a sacrifice for the continuation of the animal kingdom.
What sacrifice? Who? What? Where? Me? Sure you won't sacrifice me, son.
Oh no, mother, I love you so much.
What are you going to do now, son?
I will hide in your particular spot in the sky. Every day I will come to the spot to sing this song. Mother, mother, throw down your rope. All have killed and eaten their mothers. Dog has taken his mother to the sky. Mother, throw down your rope. As soon as you hear me singing, throw down your rope so that I can climb up and give you the food.
So the dog hid his mother in the sky, where he constantly visited.
One day the dog was singing to his mother to lower the rope while the tortoise was passing by and here.
Mother, mother, throw down your rope. All have killed and eaten their mothers. Dog has taken his mother to the sky. Mother, throw down your rope.
The tortoise hid behind a house to observe what was going on.
Suddenly the tortoise saw a rope being dropped from the sky. Dog used to climb.
On mute.
She is unmuted, but her voice comes from
your speaker.
Yeah.
So try it again, Grace.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Now you read the tortoise.
Oh my God! So we killed our mothers and the dog decided to hide his We shall see.
The next day, the tortoise decided to go there with a disgusted voice like that of the dog. He sang the song he heard the dog singing to his mother.
Mother, throw down your rope. All have killed and eaten their mothers. Dog has taken his mother to the sky. Mother, mother, throw down your rope.
When the dog's mother heard the song, she threw down the rope.
Unfortunately, the dog just arrived and saw the tortoise climbing the rope to the sky.
Oh no, he's going to kill my mother. I need to act very fast.
The dog then immediately started singing to his mother.
Mother, mother, I'm not the one climbing this time. Please take a pair of scissors and cut the rope.
Once the mother recognizes his son's voice, she quickly takes a pair of scissors and cuts the rope, sending the tortoise crashing to the ground on his back. This causes the tortoise shell to break into several pieces.
Oh my God! My shell all broken. What am I going to do now?
The tortoise then decided to join the pieces with a glue, which ended up leaving him with a rough shell as we know today.
The tortoise then apologizes to the dog for trying to kill his mother because of greed. They then live happily ever after.
Great job.
Yeah, very nice.
So from this story, what can we say the problem that dog was faced with? Was it a social problem, a political problem, an environmental problem? Which problem was
Okay,
it?
actually the dog was facing that problem which was connected with his mother. Like he loves his mother a lot, but he doesn't want to lose his mother, and he doesn't want to kill his mother, as the all the animals have decided to kill their mother to make a solution of their problem. So he tried to save his mother by hiding her and always just try to save her. Like when just Tortoise tricked her mother and wanted to kill her, he just came quickly and saved his mother from this tortoise. And then Tortoise just get understand about that importance of having a mother and just apologize, and they started living happily.
Thank you.
You're
Any
welcome.
other persons?
Yes.
Okay, Grace.
So may I? Oh,
I feel that the story the dog is instead the one who is greedy and very unfaithful. Yes, because an agreement is an agreement. How will he move around and eat the other animal's mother and now try to hide his mother? It's not fair. The tortoise is the one who is instead greedy, and the dog, pardon, is instead the one who is being greedy, and the tortoise it's being punished because first I suppose the tortoise mother has been eaten, and secondly the tortoise still goes back with a broken shell, just showing the injustice happening in the world.
I think that the tortoise, it's not tortoise place to to show the dog that he was wrong. So you don't, that's vengeance. That's not justice. Because if his mother got killed because the entire community has decided to do something, and if the, like, it's not dog, the tortoise's place to kill the dog's mother. He can probably talk it out or do something else, but not exactly trying to, okay, my mother got this, I'm going to do the same thing, like an eye for an eye kind of a thing. So that's not something very nice. So even if the tortoise wasn't really being greedy, I think that, it's like you have to wait for a higher command or something like that. You just don't take things in. If everybody started doing that, then world would not be such a nice place to live in, because it's your own perspective of things. So that's what I feel.
May I? May I say something?
Yes.
Okay, so I do believe that, okay, the point is that what happened actually was a bad thing with mothers all around the world. And maybe the tortoise felt sad, as every animal on the world felt sad. But there was like vengeance and revenge afterwards, which is not a nice thing. I can somehow understand the feelings though, because, okay, they thought it was unfair. Let's just say that the dog found a clever way to keep his mom out of this world so she wouldn't cause any trouble, and still found a way to feed her. So the tortoise might have thought of that okay, she's not on the world, she doesn't see her son, so this is like, she's far away. I could have thought of this same idea, I didn't. Okay, and maybe stop being so vengeful. But the point is that there is this like spark in all of us, that why me, why not him, why not her? And this is what the tortoise actually did. And for thinking like this humanly, okay, in a humane way, she was punished several. That's what I think. I don't know. It was not a fair punishment. Well, it was for being revengeful, but okay, I could say that. Okay, partly, her idea, her thought was, okay, not to kill the dog mother, but to be like really upset for seeing what she saw. Okay, thank you.
I guess the story sort of brought a number of questions to me when she brought it to me to begin with. And the first was how sometimes society makes choices for us and expects that we're supposed to follow them, if in fact they are against how we believe morally and ethically to be true. And we run into that often, many times. We were talking about that, in fact, before we began our session here, when we were dealing with what's going on here in the United States with the presidency, and how we are have been role modeled in one way over the last 4 years. Obviously, people are now revolting against that, and I believe that's why the election went the way it went. But you have to make a choice. And my second question was, why would that be their choice? Is it because they wanted to end the animal kingdom? Because without the mothers, how does the animal kingdom continue to go on? So was their solution to eliminate famine actually going to help their survival in the long run? And was that a good solution to the problem? And so I just had a lot of questions up in my mind. And also, was the turtle greedy? I don't know that greedy is the word, maybe jealous or something. Wow, why didn't I think of something like that type of thing, Those are just my questions.
Well,
For
if
me,
I may, yes.
I would just like to say that for me, it's actually it's a cruel story, because on the one hand, all animals have decided to sacrifice their mothers. To answer your question, Tracy, I think they decided to sacrifice their mothers because they are younger, so they will be able, to reproduce, let's say. And on the other hand, I can sympathize with the dog on the one hand, and on the other hand, with the tortoise as well, because the one didn't want to sacrifice his mother, the other agreed for the common good and sacrificed his or her mother, but then he or she felt jealous because someone had their mother around. And so it was not easy for me, to actually understand who was right and who was wrong. Afterwards, this is a world where anybody has their own perspectives. I think Calliope said that. And we live in a cruel world. We just need to survive and try to respect each other.
I think the story somewhere also points out how we assume that elder people who are older, who are probably not very essential in ways to the society as far as the continuation of the race or general survival is concerned, are easily disposable. So if they had to pick up any generation from the a lot of the animals, so they decided to let go of the mothers because the mothers have kind of done their jobs. They've given birth to the children, and now they're kind of redundant, so they can be disposed of. So I think that it even kind of highlights that thing, that how we assume that the older people can be, if they are not useful to us, they don't have money, or if they're not doing something for us, we are ready to let go of them.
I'd like to share.
Yes, go ahead.
So, if there was such decisions made of killing mothers, and the dog has had took the decision of saving his mother, so I think he has the full right to save the person he loves most in this world, no matter what. Although there has been two different points of views, one from the tortoise and the other from the dog, but and there is also betrayal process, but saving your loved one is something that we have um, right to. That's what I think. Right to do. No
May
matter.
I?
Yes, Grace.
Okay, when I read this Dog and the Greedy Tortoise, I remembered our childhood and just felt like everything, there are certain things that needs to be just. We always move around three friends, and among the three friends, we will eat in our houses. When a friend has her lunch, the two others will join her to eat. And when we go to the next one's house, when she has her lunch, we too will join her to eat. And one was becoming like the dog. Unfortunately, we were smart enough that when you go to her house to eat, she will call her brothers to join you and eat her food. So there are like 6 people on the plate. And after eating with you, she will go meet her brothers and eat with her, and you will not have enough. Or when you go to her house, she'll tell you to take, maybe dig like 2 spoons and eat. And we take 2 spoons, and she said, it's enough, the rest is for me. And that was being greedy. We decided to adopt a new strategy that rather than splitting, when she comes to my house, I tell her, take 2 spoons. She takes 2 spoons. I and the other friend, we eat all my food. When we go to the other friend, she also tells the greedy one to take 2 spoons. She takes 2 spoons and she invites me, we eat together. And when we go to her house, she says, okay, Grace, take 2 spoons. I take 2 spoons and the other take her 2 spoons and she eat her food alone. So it's just, and nobody gets hungry. It's the same with dog. If he didn't want his mother to be eaten, he wouldn't have eaten the mother of others. And remember, eating this mother is as a result of famine. We all love our mother so much. I love my mother so much, but because I love myself and I love my belly more than my mother, we sacrifice her for the younger generation. Now, when it comes to your mom, how will you eat my mom and expect me not to eat your mother? Honestly, if I'm the tortoise who sacrificed my mom rather than dying of starvation, I will glue my shell, derive another strategy to also eat up your mother because I will not want to die of famine. We will eat them all. That's my opinion.
Thank you, Grace. Any other person? Okay, what I want to add there is I think the dog was a bit smarter than the tortoise by taking a decision not to kill his mother. So when the tortoise discovered that, he got angry and he wanted to kill the mom. So in our normal lives, we always have this type of people who gets jealous and angry and being greedy because they are not able to take a smart decision. So that's what I see in that story. Any other person?
Most stories, the
May
tortoise used to be wise, but this one now it's the dog that is wise and the tortoise is foolish. Is it that the world is changing?
here can be used the word selfishness. I mean, dog has been so selfish, eating others' mothers while he's saving his mother. You said that. So I think we can use here selfish on behalf of this dog.
Did it say somewhere? I mean, are we just assuming that
Yes.
the dog ate or partook in eating the other animals' mothers?
That's my question too.
Yeah, it's an assumption. I don't see anywhere in the story. Yes, it's bringing food to mother, but that doesn't mean that it necessarily is that he's eating.
Ma'am, maybe I can say something. I just read the story, but I just understand that they actually decided to kill their mother, but the dog doesn't wanna kill his mother, so he just came as quick as he can reach come his house, and then he just told everything his mother, and he played his role to save his mother. But actually, I just don't know what. Maybe they killed their mother or not.
But the tortoise, when he saw the dog's mother dropping the rope, remember he exclaimed, "We." It means not only the tortoise, definitely all animals have killed their mother and only dog's mother is left and he has been eaten. That we have killed our mother and dog decided to hide his up there. And in the meeting, they agreed and dog did not object. It means that he already had his own second intention, but with also the intention of eating other people's mother.
Okay. So, but as Divya said, I think that even if the dog actually did this, the tortoise thought, oh, and for an eye to an eye. Okay. I mean, okay, the dog acted the way he did, but then what was the use in killing the dog mother after this whole thing was over? I mean, it was just revenge, pure revenge. Okay. It was vengeful. So once again, I can understand the feelings that the tortoise had. She was sad. She felt tricked. She felt sad. She felt bitter, and that there was an injustice of what was going on. But to go one step beyond would be just to express hatred and revenge over what the dog hasn't already done. So this is where like there is a small difference. I mean, these things like that unfortunately happen in the world, and this is a very good story to understand that like there's so much injustice in the world because that's I think what happened in China, what was happening in China a few years ago, that parents had the chance to only have one baby, and then the other ones would not survive even if the woman got pregnant, and they have these like harsh measures of taking the babies away or stopping pregnancies. And still there were mothers who managed to go beyond one pregnancy. And the other ones who had lost their babies sure felt bitter, but like do what? Go and grab the other kids and just kill them because they happen to occur? I mean, yeah, things happen that are not fair in the world. And this could also go to famine from like country to country. Other countries are wealthy and the the people are fed up. Okay, well, there are other countries where people starve, they have nothing, and there's also injustice. I mean, should they be revengeful and just try to do stuff to I mean, okay, I understand the point of view of both sides, But I'm just saying that these things unfortunately happen, and there is no stopping, unfortunately. Sorry. Yeah.
I would
I
like
was
to
also
answer.
thinking, sorry, Mahita.
Okay, so in your point of view, Calliope, what you were saying that it was revengeful. So all the animals, what they could do was they could protest that this is not right, no matter what. But instead of protesting for saving the lives of their mother, what they did was killed them. But in that point of view, the dog saved both himself and his mother. But the other animals should have protested that this is not right thing to do, no matter what. So in that case, maybe they were being coward. What do you think?
Yes, but you know what? Okay, if there was like no other way for the the animal race to survive, the animal kingdom to survive, uh, maybe the just thing to do for the dog was to say that, okay, I'm gonna let my mother survive, and I will die in her place.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
would be
that's
the fair thing to do. Okay, one
yeah,
for one. Yes,
yeah, maybe
probably.
they both sides were coward.
Okay.
They didn't want to die.
Okay.
Also, one more thing I was wondering, that the mother has cut off the rope. Now, how will the dog get food to the mother? Like, mother supposedly in the clouds, the rope is cut. So there's no access of the dog to the mother. So how do they live happily ever after? Because mother's going to starve anyways, because she's up there in the clouds without a rope now.
Yep.
So that's like the logistics of the story is not working out. Celestine, what do you say to that? How do they ever live happily ever after that, with the mother starving in the clouds?
Um, because when Tortoise noticed what has happened, that he was being greedy, so and they had to cut the rope on him, he got up and realized that what he actually did was not a good thing. So he had to apologize to the dog for not being smart, for not being smart to take a good decision, for not killing his mother.
Sometimes I hear people referring to the dog and the tortoise, and then sometimes I hear them talking about it as a turtle, interchangeably. Is a tortoise and a turtle, are they the same thing?
No.
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 I think turtles are water creatures and tortoises are land creatures.
Amphibians.
So, why is it that then a tortoise is always in the fairy tales? You know, the tortoise and the hare and the tortoise, all the stories are about a tortoise and another animal and not a turtle.
It's the one walking on land.
It can be like turtles can be used for land and sea both, where turtle can be only used in the sea. We can imagine tortoise in the land, and we can take its presence.
I guess because tortoise is walking very slowly, so they just assume that as slow to like thinking over things. So generally, a tortoise is supposed to be like a sage. So lots of wisdom is happening because it's not would not be acting upon something like no quick decisions happening. It's walking slowly, so thinking over something, mulling over everything. So probably getting a lot of wisdom that way. So that's why they like a kind of identify the character, every character with that.
And for me, I feel like, we the turtle is a water creature, and elephants, pigs, and all those things, they don't live in water. But the tortoise live on land, and it's a wild animal, and mostly comes in contact with these other animals. So if we say the turtle and maybe the greedy dog, it will almost be like, did the turtle go to meet the dog on the land to live with, or the dog went into the water to meet the turtle to live with, and the whole animal? So a tortoise is mostly used because it lives on land, and in contact with other animals and contact with human beings rather than the water creature.
That's good. What do I have behind me? Can you tell?
Wow,
Is
it's
A goldfish?
Is it sweet water or seawater?
It's regular water. Can you see?
Okay, so it's probably then a tortoise, right? Like,
Can you see him?
but why would it live in water anyway? It's like turtles live in like seawater.
Oh no, no, no. This is a freshwater. He's
That's
actually
fresh.
it's a painted turtle. I don't know if you could
The
see
turtle
it.
then, okay.
Painted turtle. And actually,
it's so little in size.
well, he's actually, oh, Momo, did you hear that?
Momo?
He was
Momo, wow.
Momo, actually, would you like to see Momo? I could bring him up.
Sure.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
he's a painted turtle, and I had friends when I lived in New Hampshire who have a place near a pond, and the turtles would come up onto the land and lay their eggs, and then leave them, and they would mark the dates so that they knew how long they had been incubating. One nest, it was going into September and October, it's getting cold, and one nest had, the turtles hadn't come out yet. So she called us and asked me if I wanted to come and see, you know, uncover them and see if they were okay. There were 3 of them, and so we named them Curly, Larry, and Mo for the 3 stooges. Momo was too tiny to release in the spring, and so we kept her. And Momo, would you like to come out and see people? Well, come on out here. Come on out here. All right. And because of it, Momo is very, very friendly, and he loves to follow people around.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
so
very beautiful.
cute.
Come out and say hi, Momo.
Very cute.
Wow.
I
Hey,
thought you said
Momo.
So
Look,
how old is he? She? He?
She, I think it's she.
Momo is a male. Momo is
Oh,
a
okay.
male, and if you let your little hind feet come out, you can see why. Okay, and a painted turtle, he's dribbling all over me, but look at his underside and his coloring. He's so colorful. Look at the art.
It's beautiful.
So how old is he?
Momo now, I think, Momo, how old are you? Are you, really? He says he's 4. I'm not sure if he's 3 or 4.
Such a big boy.
But he will live longer than I will. But he probably won't get any larger than this. Now we have painted turtles up here in Maine in the wild. We've seen them, and they are larger than Momo is. But they also are living in a much larger environment, right? And so that they'll grow to the size of their environment. And since he's in a smaller tank, this is about as big as Momo's going to get. And he, as I said, he's very friendly. He loves to follow the people. When people walk past up here or they go upstairs, he's always swimming after them to see them, you know. And so this is Momo. And I wish you'd stick your head out and say hello.
Hello. Hello.
so. Next time I'll bring the Momo to see the mama.
Yes, yes. You want to go back? All right. Let's see. He has a heat lamp here so that he likes to sunbathe, but he'll probably run right off, and I don't know if you'll see him or not. Let's see. There you go. Yeah. Anyhow, so that
I had an aquarium with some goldfish and black catfish, but they're now dead.
we thought we would get Momo a friend, and we got it, a goldfish. And when I got the goldfish, it was about, you know, this big. It's a little goldfish.
Yeah, the goldfish is really so tiny.
But the goldfish got bigger, and it got bigger.
Yeah, In some days they got bigger.
And it got so big that it couldn't stay in the aquarium because it was too big to fit. If I had more water in here, there would be too much water in there for Momo. Okay. But if I didn't put more water in, there wasn't enough water for the goldfish because it had gotten so big and it had to sort of swim on its side a little bit to be able to. And I didn't think that that was so cool. So we were going to take it up to a pet store and see if we could find a new owner. And COVID hit and we couldn't go anywhere. And the little fish, which is what we named it, got to be bigger and bigger and bigger. Now I'm getting really panicky because I can't put enough water in there for the little fish because it's so big, but Momo's gonna drown. So I posted it on Facebook. Somebody said, why don't you put it up on Facebook? And I did. And somebody wrote and said, we have a big aquarium, we'll take the fish. And so they came with a bucket and they took the fish and they put it in their tank. And Big Fish was no longer Big Fish in their tank. He was Little Fish.
So it was a big tank with a big fish.
Bigger. So anyhow, so that's a turtle. Turtles go on land and walk on land, but they live in the water. Tortoises can go in the water, but they live on the land. They move on the land. And their feet are very different too. It's interesting, I was looking, their feet looked like they compared them to the elephant's feet, you know, of a tortoise. But Momo, who's now back in the water, he has flipper feet, right? So that he can swim fast.
As he lives in the water.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
How many of you have pets?
I had pets.
You had pets?
Maybe I told before I had rabbits and goldfish, like you said that. I had aquarium and I lost them.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately.
But I loved them a lot. I just never wanted to lose them.
Celestine, do you want to try and do a second reading of the story, or what would you like to do next?
If everybody is fine with it, we can still do the second reading, or we can end the session if there is no other addition.
Are there other people who didn't get a chance to read who now that they've heard the story would like to read now?
Yeah.
Who wants to, let's see, Celestine, who wants to read the second time?
Matilda? Any other person?
Can I get the second chance to read again?
I can also read.
Zivia wants to read.
Yeah. I can also have a second chance. I don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah, for the same for me.
Let me get the play up here again.
Nazifa.
I'm a little wet over here. Second. Okay, there we go. Okay. Who's going to read what parts? Celestine, switch them up this time.
Grace, are you going to take back the tortoise?
I prefer to be the mother this time around.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was the narrator one.
Yeah, will you read that part?
What are you going to read now, Nazifa?
You can choose me anyone, I can read. Now it's your choice.
Do you want to take the mother?
Okay, sure.
No, you can't take Mother Grace.
Grace already took mother. Do you want to take the dog?
Let's give Nazifa dog.
Okay, ma'am. I'm dog.
All right.
I'm taking dog. Okay.
Why don't you take character?
Matilda, do you want to take the tortoise?
Mahita.
Mahita.
What character is left? I'm not sure. Is that
Tortoise and all three narrators.
then I'd like to take narrator 1. And would you like to take?
No.
You'd like to take narrator
no,
2?
No.
Yes, because she's
I'm
new.
actually first. Someone.
You're going to
She's very nervous. My sister.
Okay, sister of Mahita is going to do narrator 2. That's
Yeah.
all right. And who's going to do the narrator 3?
I'll do narrator 3, Divya.
Can we not get any of the men in here to be reading?
Pia?
Is Pia still in?
Maybe he dropped off.
So who's going to be Tortoise?
Can I? Calliope?
Yes.
Okay.
You can.
Thanks.
All right. Okay, so this time we start with Mahita. Who's just connecting.
Oh, let's start.
Okay, she's just connecting in now.
That's my.
Is that Pia?
Okay, so Mahita, you're set. All right.
Okay. Once there was a famine in the animal kingdom which had lasted so long that any existing source of food had been completely depleted. Oh my goodness.
The animal knew they had to do something really quite about it. Otherwise, they are going to die after one after the other with hunger.
They then call a compulsory general meeting to bring out a solution.
It was decided that their mothers will be sacrificed and eaten to ensure the continuation of the animal kingdom.
What? I love my mother so much and can't afford her as a sacrifice. I need to figure something.
Dog went home that day sadly.
Welcome back, my son. Why are you worried?
Mom, it was decided in the general meeting that we should kill all our mothers as a sacrifice for the continuation of the animal kingdom.
What? Sacrifice? Who? What? Where? Me? Sure you won't sacrifice me, son.
Oh no, mother, I love you so much.
What are you going to do now, son?
I will hide you in a particular spot in the sky. Every day I will come to that spot to sing that song. Mother, mother, throw down your rope. All have killed and eaten their mothers. Dog has taken his mother to the sky. Mother, throw down your rope. As soon as you hear me singing, throw down your rope so that I can climb up and give you the food.
So the dog hid his mother in the sky, where he constantly visited.
One day the dog was singing to his mother to lower the rope while the tortoise was passing by and heard.
Mother, mother, throw your ropes. All have killed and eaten their mothers. Dog has taken his mother to the sky. Mother, throw down your rope.
Tortoise hid behind a house to observe what was going on.
Suddenly the tortoise saw a rope being dropped from the sky. The dog used it to climb.
Oh my God. So we killed our mothers and the dog decided to hide his. We shall see.
The next day, the tortoise decided to go there with a disgusted voice like that of the dog. He sang the song he heard the dog singing to his mother.
Mother, mother, throw down your rope. All have killed and eaten their mothers. Dog has taken his mother to the sky. Mother, mother, throw down your rope.
When the dog's mother heard the song, she threw down the rope.
Mahida's sister.
Dog just arrived and saw the tortoise climbing the rope to the sky.
Oh no, he is going to kill my mother. I need to act very fast.
The dog then immediately started thinking to his mother.
Mother, mother, I'm not the one climbing this time. Please take a pair of scissors and cut the rope.
Once the mother recognized his son's voice, she quickly takes a pair of scissors and cut the rope, sending the tortoise crashing to the ground on his back. This caused the tortoise shell to break in several pieces.
Oh my God, my shell is all broken. What am I going to do now?
The tortoise then decided to join the pieces with a glue, which ended up leaving him with a rough shell as we know today.
The tortoise then apologizes to the dog for trying to kill his mother because of greed. They then live happily ever after.
Okay. Well done, Celeste. Thank you.
Great.
I noticed one thing on the last page. It's written, I think the second last page. It's written that unfortunately the dog happened to be there. So you are wondering whose side is the narrator on? Because why is it unfortunate that the dog happened to be there? So which I didn't notice in the first reading. Second reading, I'm like, oh my God, why are they saying that it's unfortunate, you know? So is the narrator on the dog, the tortoise's side. Oh, they want the mother to be killed or something.
Good observation. Wow, I didn't see that either.
And also we can notice in the poem that dog always listens to his mother to bring her under. That there's just say that all the animals has killed their mother and eaten. I think here's the point. They have killed and eaten their mother, but the dog has hidden his mother in the sky. I think there's the point.
Yeah, true.
I don't understand. What did you say?
I think she's trying to say that dog is trying to tell his mother, look how much I'm sacrificing for you, you know. Although he's reiterating it. No, okay, no, sorry.
No. Actually, in the first time when Neva ma'am was just trying to say that all the animals have killed their mothers and eaten. So actually, I was confused then where the words "eaten" is written. I mean, where we can see the animals as killed and eaten their mother. So I just couldn't clarify the place, and now I have clarified that place where it's written about.
Decided in the council to eat their mothers. That's what they said.
Yes, in the poem.
The poem.
Yes.
I think the ending part was a bit silly. What do you think? Anyone?
Was a bit silly. Let's look at
The
it.
tail of the tortoise was broken, and then he decides that we should live happily ever after.
What would you do, Mahida, then to have changed?
The fact that tortoise, after his shell was being broken, then he realizes that they both should live happily ever after. This thing was silly to me. I mean, why would he do that? I mean, was there any regret, or was that moment of his realization that he shouldn't take revenge and live happily ever after? Was that a realization?
Yes, I think he noticed his mistake and then decided to apologize to the dog.
I have one question.
Okay, I have also one question. Okay, ma'am, since you tell, then I will.
Okay. If you're the one as a human being who sacrificed your mother because of famine and you're hungry, and your friend doesn't sacrifice his mother and you're being faced with a broken skin or a broken leg, will you go and sacrifice? Will you go and apologize upon all what has happened to you and live happy after with your mother? Or unless you eat your friend's mother, you will live happy ever after? And the second is the famine is still continuing. The ending famine is still continuing in the kingdom, but they are still happy. Is it that, what can I say? Is it that they just decided to be hungry and live happily because probably dog's mother won't be able to have food again? And I guess dog has been taking the mother of other people to give his mother to eat. So my question is, can you be happy, live happy when you're hungry with your friend and everybody around?
So an
As a
ending you
human being.
suggest, the ending
As a
you
human
suggest,
being, yeah.
the ending would be, I'll get you next time.
This script has been the most, most talked script ever in GMRT.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
have
that's
one
really.
but there is no solution, and so many parts, and so many discussions without answers.
Yeah. And then
Yes,
And
so
we were discussing about many topics that's being in that story.
there has been so many people with so many ideas, but still we can't come up with a solution. And this script is really an amusement to me.
Yeah, and as my question is being really interesting to me, and ma'am, Tracy ma'am, can you play the last page?
you want the last page?
Yeah. Okay, ma'am, here's narrator 1 has said that the tortoise then decided to join the pieces with a group which ended up leaving him with a rough shell as we know today. So here's the point is the tortoise having a rough shells. Nowadays we know that they are having a rough shells, but the deeper thing is it is coming the train. The train is coming from that tortoise who just wanted to kill the dog's mother and fall down and breaks his shells, and then he had just joined with Blue, and just for that time we are all known him as tortoise with rough shells. I mean, it's the starting point of the for about the tortoise having rough shells. For that reason, it can be interesting, I think.
Was did the tortoise have smooth shell before that? I mean,
You can see here. Here's written that with rough shell as we know today. So it's about we are known about that. I mean, nowadays people are knowing tortoise by that side.
So oftentimes fairy tales and stories and legends passed down over time are used to try and explain something that is part of nature that they have no explanation for. It is a very strange. It is a very strange way to come around to explain how a tortoise got a bumpy shell.
A bumpy shell, yes.
Yeah.
A rough shells.
And somebody must have had sort of a morbid mind when they were coming up with this. I find it a very kind of morbid, maybe because, I'd be one of the first ones to go in this group here, if that's what everybody decided. But it's sort of a morbid thought, and if I put myself in that position, what would I do? I wouldn't be able to kill my mother. I mean, it's no.
I will never kill my mother if I face any kind of situation like that.
We would never kill our mother. Instead, we will die.
Yeah, we will save our mothers till our death.
But
everybody will die in his own time.
That's right. But somebody said, and it's after 10, so maybe we should leave with this thought, is killing their mothers, and they still are in famine. So what are they going to kill next? Or would there have been, and we'll forget about the fact that we're trying to explain why a tortoise has a back, and just go to the concept of the famine and how they chose to solve it, because famine is going on now all over the world. Is that the way the world should solve the problem?
Well,
Or
may I?
kill? Yes.
The point is that I was thinking about the same thing while we were reading the story. The point, like, how do you survive after having eaten your own mother? How do you live after having eaten your own mother? And there is hunger and there is morals, okay, and morality. Like, would the like, let's just take it to humans now. Will we like to survive after having done something immoral, unethical, and just try to feed our stomachs and then like kill everybody else just to survive? Well, if you're hungry, bad things happen, that's for sure. But is it really us? Is it like a good thing to do? And let me just share with you the Greek story of how the turtle actually got the house at the back. Okay, the Greek name is Helona. Okay, so she was a nymph, Helona, and like turtle is the Greek name, okay, and she was the only nymph who did not go to the wedding of Zeus and Hera, okay, the two gods, and she stayed home because she had things to do. So after they realized that she was not there, they decided to have her home with her all times. That's why she had the house on her back, okay, her home on the back. So that's the mythology, the Greek mythology part of why turtles have a thing on their backs. Again,
that would probably make an awesome Reader's Theater client.
Probably. Yeah. Well, think about it. Yeah.
Because of course, how do we gather together the scripts for GMRT as facilitators, and we get more facilitators who are going to want to have more choices? It's us. You know, as we become facilitators, we're the ones that start creating the plays. The new facilitators, as they start training, they have the opportunity to develop a play to see what it feels like. And I have to tell you, you guys are pretty gutsy. This first group of facilitators is one gutsy group. Do you know what I mean by that?
Perfect. We love it, even if we don't really understand what you mean. Yes, we do. That means we got the guts.
Grace, what do you think I mean by being gutsy?
Gutsy.
We are ready to experiment.
Brave what?
Yeah.
Ready
No, I didn't expect. Half of you started trying to take something you wrote, or you wrote something, from scratch, instead of, the way I started, which is to take something that's already there and just learn how to color code it. That's the first step. And you all are doing amazing things and adding so many more facets to what it is we're doing. And that's really exciting. So exciting. It is now, what time? It's after 8 and 9, 10. It's 10 here. So I guess probably we need to say goodbye to everybody. Celestine, I want to come back to you though first. How do you feel you got a chance to do your first
It wasn't quite easy for me to do it, but from the beginning, when I started reading and discussing, I felt like, what am I going to do with this? But at the end of the day, I really feel comfortable with the way we shared, and the questions I wanted to ask, we just answer them without me asking them.
And what's nice is you're never alone, right? The family always comes and helps out, and that's what's really the other nice thing about it is it is family. Okay, So I'm going to just double check. It is Sunday, and our next open session is going to be on, it's going to be on Tuesday. And who's facilitating us on Tuesday? Divya is. That's right. Divya is going to.
Mosabi's hand is up, and I don't know if you've been wanting to talk.
Is it going to be on next Tuesday? I mean, 2 days later?
2 days later, yes. Tuesday we have
Wow.
one. Wednesday we have one facilitating. I'm going to send out a new newsletter just so you know. Tuesday is Divya. Wednesday is Salome. Tamara is doing on the 15th. Jeff is going to do on the 18th. Keisha is going to do on the 17th. So the next 2 weeks, boy, watch your events and check things out because we have lots of fun stories, all very different types of stories. And I know we're going to have a good time.
Wow, so we're going to do it for a week. I mean, for a long week, like, wow, that's cool. And what's the timing? Is the same timing that we did today?
Let's see. I know that some are at 9 and some are at 10. So you watch for that newsletter that I'll get to you, okay?
I think on Tuesday it should be starting now this time, right? For Tuesday.
Tuesday starts at 10. About now, a little earlier than now. And I always open 15 minutes early so that people can come and chat and talk about whatever's going on and get to meet new people.
Yeah, sure. Okay, ma'am. So let's see the timing. Actually, really very confused when I just say your timing. I can't get the time in our country, so it makes me confused.
Nazifa, I have added you in a group where I'm going to try, put the Bangladesh time, so you're not gonna have a problem about that.
Oh, that's cool. I haven't seen that group. Okay, as I was in that club.
I have made an information group about this reading theater where people are interested to join the open sessions, and my friends were saying that they have problem understanding the time, so I have made the group and added them to let them know about the informations in detail.
Okay, that's cool. Thank you.
I'll add you there. Don't worry.
Okay.
And your sister, how did you enjoy reading? It wasn't so bad, was it?
What should I say?
Say anything. Nobody's gonna judge.
Actually, too much nervous as I am first.
She's still nervous.
She's still nervous?
So,
and that's okay. Mahida, were you nervous when you first started?
Actually, I wasn't.
Well, that's, you're a little bit more outgoing, but how many of us?
Different people, and I have, I like to talk with people no matter what language, if I know that language. So I don't have
What is the name of Mahida's sister?
Charmin.
Shamin?
Charmin.
Charmin. Okay, nice to meet you.
We hope that you will continue to come and join us, and you'll get more comfortable with it, I'm sure.
Okay.
Well, I wish everybody a wonderful, wonderful day and a bright,
Thank you, Celeste.
warm.
Thank you very much.
Nice job, Celeste.
Thank you.